Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my top 10 horror films, or films that you can watch on Halloween. The first two aren't actually horror films, but they're still Halloween films, and then the last 8 are horror films. So if you enjoy watching horror films, then keep watching this video to get some ideas of some films that you can watch around Halloween time. Before we get into the video, I just want to say if you are not already subscribed to my channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any videos that I post. And without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Number 1 is obviously Hocus Pocus. If you haven't seen Hocus Pocus, where have you been? It's like an iconic Halloween film. Everybody loves it. So Hocus Pocus is about 3 friends who go into an abandoned house on Halloween, and one of them accidentally frees a coven of evil witches who are 3 sisters, and they used to live in that house. So now the 3 friends have to steal the book of spells from the witches to stop them from becoming immortal. It's a really good film, and if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you go and watch it. Number 2 is Halloween Town. If you haven't seen Halloween Town, it's a Disney, I think it's a Disney Channel original film. It's about a family and their mum and nana are witches, and they don't tell them. Well, actually they're all witches, but they don't know. There's 3 kids and they don't know that they're witches. One of them overhears their mum talking and she discovers that they're witches, and then there's a magic bus what they get onto, and it takes them to Halloween Town, and it's just basically a town where like monsters live, basically. So all the costumes you see people wearing on Halloween, they are real in this town. It's a really family friendly film, and if you haven't seen that one, again, I would definitely recommend watching that too. Now we're on to the actual horror films. So number 3. Number 3 is Are You There? It's about a Ouija board, so it's apparently based on a true story. So so these friends go to a cabin on like a night away, and they decide to do a Ouija board. They awaken one of the most evil spirits that you can awaken from the Ouija board, and yeah, it is quite... See, the thing about me is I love horror films, but anything that's based on a true story really like freaks me out, because I believe in that kind of stuff, and to think that it can actually happen, it just really freaks me out. But it's a really good film. That's Are You There? It's about the demon Zozo, if you've ever heard of him. Is like the worst one that you can bring up on the Ouija board. Number 4 is Annabelle. Annabelle is a doll. I'm sure a lot of you already know about this and probably already seen it. Annabelle is a doll, and she's given to a little girl who tragically gets run over by a car and dies. She then takes over the doll, so her spirit goes into the doll, but she's not a good spirit. It's like a nasty demon spirit, and 6 orphans move into this house where this little girl used to live, and her parents still live there, and they discover this doll in a wardrobe, and then things start going downhill from there. It's a really good film. It was out this year. If you haven't already seen that, I would recommend watching that one too. Number 5 is Carrie. Carrie is about a girl who gets bullied at school, and her mum abuses her at home, and one day she discovers that she has supernatural powers. And then on prom night, she goes to prom, and things take a dark and violent turn. It's a bit gory, but it's another really good film if you like that kind of film. But it's another really good film that I would recommend watching around Halloween time, or any other time of the year. If you want to watch horror films whenever, that's perfectly fine. It's up to you. Number 6 is The Conjuring. The Conjuring is about a family who move into a secluded farmhouse, and it is haunted by a supernatural presence. Things are alright at first, like things are happening in the house, but not so bad. And eventually they start to escalate and get worse, and I'm not going to tell you too much because I don't want to give the storyline away or what happens, but if you haven't seen The Conjuring, that is another one to watch this Halloween. Number 7 is a classic film. It's A Nightmare on Elm Street. This film is about a evil person. I want to say he's not actually a person. Freddy Krueger preys on teenagers in their dreams, which in return kills them in reality. A young girl called Nancy thinks that she has the key to unravel the mystery and stop all these nightmares and all these people dying, but it's a question of, will she be able to do it before it's too late? It's a really good film. It's a classic. It's an old film. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen it, but that's another really good one to watch around Halloween. Number 8 is Get Out. This is a recent film. It came out in 2017. It's about a interracial relationship, and the woman takes the man to go and meet her parents. The family are very over-accommodating, and at first Chris, he just thinks it's their nervous attempts to deal with this interracial relationship. But as the weekend progresses, he discovers that that is not why they're acting so strange, and he discovers a lot of disturbing things that are actually happening with the family that he did not expect. And to be honest, the viewer didn't expect it either. The end it's got one of them moments where you're like, oh my god, like, I really didn't expect that to happen. So that's another good film. Number 9 is Mirrors. I actually went to the cinema to watch this when it was in the cinemas, and I'm not gonna lie, for days afterwards I couldn't look in a mirror because it really freaked me out. Even though this one's not based on a true story, it really freaked me out looking in the mirror afterwards. So if you're that kind of person like me, then maybe I wouldn't recommend watching this film, but it's still a good film. So Mirrors is a film about a man who takes a job as a security guard in a burnt out department store, but he begins to see horrifying images in the mirrors that are still attached to the walls around the store. This happens for quite a while, and he soon realises that an evil force is trying to gain access into our world through the mirrors. And it's not just the mirrors at his work anymore. He soon discovers that they're doing it in the mirrors at his house, so he has to try and protect his wife and children from whatever is trying to come out into this world from the mirrors. It's, like I said, it's a good film, but for days afterwards I couldn't look in a mirror. My backgrounds fell down. It didn't really make much of a background anyway, but... And last but not least is number 10, which is The Eye. This is a film about a woman who is blind for most of her life. She receives an eye transplant so she can see again. It's not all fun and games when you can see again, because she starts getting visions and seeing things that aren't actually there, and it leads her to believe that there is an alternate world and only she can see it. And these things are not very nice things to see. They're like, she starts to see dead people, and she also starts to have visions of people dying and fire, and she soon realises that she is seeing things that she can prevent. So she thinks that she is being given these eyes to help save people from dying, to stop them from dying. It's a good film, and if you haven't seen it, I would recommend watching that one too. So those are my top 10 horror films to watch around Halloween time. If you have any good horror films that I didn't mention in this list, then please do let me know down below, and so other people can go down and have a read and maybe watch some of the films that you recommend. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new, and I will see you next week with another video, and happy Halloween!